Welcome to another edition of Mr. K on Sports. I'm continuing my series of predictions for the Major League Baseball divisions, and we are now going to move to the National League Western Division. This will conclude all the National League divisions. The National League West looks like it's going to be a two-team race this year. The defending World Series champion Los Angeles Dodgers look awfully tough again, and I have to give them the nod for first place. The Dodgers, plain and simply, are loaded, and they took a World Series team and made them better over the offseason. So the Dodgers are loaded everywhere. Their pitching is excellent. They still have the veteran lefty Clayton Kershaw to anchor the staff. They signed a big-time free agent in right-hander Trevor Bauer to just add some more quality to their rotation. And their closer, Kenley Jansen, has been awesome for many, many years. So their pitching is solid, but so is their lineup. Corey Seager is really just scratching the surface of probably being one of the best shortstops in baseball. He can hit, he can field. Gavin Lux is a highly touted prospect that they've now given the second base job, so they'll even improve there. And in the outfield, they still have Cody Bellinger, who's an elite talent, as well as Mookie Betts, who they got from the Red Sox a couple years ago. So it's a star-studded lineup. It's a star-studded team, and I see them repeating as National League Western Division champions. In a two-team race, and it should be heated and fairly close, the San Diego Padres have really made a run at improving their team. The Padres have spent a lot of money and made some good trades and really have a lot of talent to challenge the Dodgers, but I think they'll come up a little short. They have a lot of ex-Pirates on their team, interestingly enough, too. But if you look at the starting rotation, they acquired Blake Snell, the fine lefty from the Tampa Bay Rays, and Joe Musgrove, who's a fine right-hander from the Pittsburgh Pirates, to go along with Yu Darvish, also, who they acquired from the Cubs. So they've gotten three-star starting pitchers to add to the depth they already had. They also have picked up a couple of ex-Pirates and Mark Melanson to be their closer and Keone Kela to be the setup man to, again, power right-handed arms for their bullpen. Lineup-wise, they have quality around the diamond. Eric Hosmer is an outstanding first baseman, the former Kansas City Royal. Manny Machado mans the hot corner, the former Oriole. Unfortunately for San Diego, Fernando Tatis Jr., the highly touted shortstop prospect, was injured early in the year. Will Myers is in right field, and he's a guy that's always had vast potential. Started to put it together last year. I look for him to continue to improve. So the Padres, definitely a quality ball club, finishing second in the National League West. Third, I'm looking at the San Francisco Giants. The Giants are a team in transition. They have a blend of veterans as well as some interesting up-and-coming young talent. I just don't see them as a serious contender, though, but they're good enough to finish in the middle of the pack in the NL West. They have Aaron Sanchez in their rotation, who's been a solid pitcher. They have four lefties that they can mix and match with in the bullpen. Buster Posey has been an outstanding player for many years as a catcher, but he's probably on the downside of his career now. And Mike Yastrzemski is an interesting player. Yes, it's that Yastrzemski, Carl Yastrzemski, Yaz's grandson. So he's got great bloodlines, looks to be, a future star in right field for the Giants. But I see the Giants finishing a distant third. Fourth place, I see the Colorado Rockies. The Rockies are a team that traditionally hits the ball well but struggles on the mound, and their ballpark and the altitude of their ballpark lend itself to that. And I see that script playing out again this year. Kyle Friedland's a lefty that's had some quality years in the past. They'll look for him to bounce back, along with John Gray, who was a high draft choice, a power right-handed arm. They need those two to put it together this year to have any chance to compete. Trevor Story, the power-hitting shortstop's probably the highlight of their lineup. They also have Charlie Blackmon, who's been an excellent player in right field. So I don't see the Rockies with a whole lot. I see them a distant fourth. And finally, fifth place, I see a team really going to struggle this year, the Arizona Diamondbacks. The Diamondbacks are another team in transition. They've got some older players, and they've got a lot of unproven players at different positions. Madison Bumgarner, the ex-Giant, anchors their staff. He's not quite the same as he's been in the past. He'll look to bounce back. Christian Walker put it together 2 years ago as a first baseman. He'll look to recapture that. And David Peralta is probably their most consistent hitter. He's in left field. But overall, again, the National League West, I see the Los Angeles Dodgers taking it pretty easily. The San Diego Padres, a challenger, maybe for a playoff spot. And then the third, fourth, and fifth teams pretty distant behind. The Colorado Rockies finishing, or the Giants in third, the Rockies in fourth, and the Diamondbacks fifth. So that's my summation of the National League West. And in our next segment, we'll turn to the American League and look at the American League East. This is Mr. K signing off.